The hottest pop culture stories of the day, like we lost an icon, Catherine O'Hara. Plus, Lindsey Vonn was airlifted after a crash right before the Winter Olympics. This is Hot to Go. I'm Brittany.
I'm Kendall.
And I'm Mike.
And as Brittany just said, Catherine O'Hara passed away. We have no information on what the cause of death was. Mike will give us more information on a call that happened this morning with her. But at this point, all we know is that the 71-year-old actress has passed away. Her management team broke the news after TMZ had gotten the information that something had happened in her home. You guys know her from Beetlejuice. We know her from Home Alone. You know her from Best in Show, Bleeps Creek. She was just on the show that Brittany and Mike love.
The Studio.
The Studio.
Yeah, I mean, all of the Best in Show, like you said, the Best in Shows.
Mm-hmm. I didn't realize she had done Wyatt Earp. I mean, like, this woman has been around for decades and decades. And
it's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
It's one of those people where you go, what do you mean? She can't actually die. Like, no, what do you mean?
Because she's our mom.
I know.
You know? Mike, what was it that you had read that was a little bit of an update?
Yeah, originally I reported that she passed away at her home. It sounds like there was a call, medical emergency happened around 5 a.m. at her Brentwood home. Then she was transported to a hospital, was listed in serious condition, and then actually passed away hours later. So just...
It kind of reminds me of like the Diane Keaton story where we were all like, wait, what? I didn't know she was sick. And she might not have been. It might have been something so minor.
Yeah, she was acting. I mean, I'm assuming she was involved in the Studio season 2, so she was acting.
They're filming right now. I'm pretty positive. So again, it's just hard to believe. Like you said, everyone's mom, like we just got done with the holiday season.
Yeah.
And I know this one hit me so hard because it was just like Home Alone, and Home Alone 2 was my movie. I watched that movie more than anything else as a kid. And just this idea that, man, it's just awful.
It's just, it is really sad. And you brought up Home Alone. Macaulay Culkin actually put out a very small statement. And he said, "Mama, I thought we had time. I wanted more. I wanted to sit in a chair next to you. I heard you, but I had so much more to say. I love you. I'll see you later." And I know I read that statement today and was like, ain't that the freaking truth? Like, because Catherine O'Hara, she brought so much levity and goofiness. I was reading some of the obits that have been put together, you know, about her. And there hasn't been a ton because it was surprising. Like, oftentimes the Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, they'll write these things up years in advance. You know, like people that are older or that have been sick because they want to get it out right away. You know, it's not morbid. It's just they know that people want this information. And with her, there wasn't a ton out right away because it was like, wait, what's going on? But I mean, she helped raise a generation of people with the movies that she did. And she said, like, I always thought humor was the best medicine. I always knew I wanted to make people laugh. And she's like, whenever I didn't know what to do, I would play the role of like crazy person.
Oh, so
she goes, because then no matter what came out of my mouth, it was like, oh, she's playing a crazy person. It's fine.
On the show we call
Poops Creek
is when she does the wine commercial.
Yeah.
It is some of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. And then her on Best in Show it was the first time I was like, this woman doesn't fall, because a lot of times in comedy and in radio and a lot of media, there's 2 roles you can play. It's like you're either the like ditzy girl or you're the mom. Mm-hmm. And it was so funny to watch. We're talking about Catherine O'Hara, who's passed away at 71. It was so fun to watch Catherine O'Hara take these more complex characters and be funny in a way I hadn't seen before. Mm-hmm. She's so talented. I still am like, no, that's not true. So
yeah,
what a loss for all of us.
And she said about the way like she chooses projects, because we just named a ton of stuff that she was in. And at one point last year, she did an interview and she said, Home Alone's the perfect movie, isn't it? And she's like, it's funny. I don't care to do a great role in a bad project. I don't need to be a complicated person, but the project sucks. She's like, I just wanted to be part of something good.
Yeah.
And that's how you go. Like, that's how you make a career. And you're like, yeah, that
tracks.
That checks out for exactly what she did. So she will be missed. We're going to, I'm sure, find out more.
It is true. Like, when you think about Catherine O'Hara, who has passed today, you think about the idea of, I can't drum up, and maybe I'm just not thinking enough of a bad movie she was in. Like, and I'm sure there is one, but like that just shows you like she's good at picking her projects and was lucky enough to be in a place where she did get to really pick her projects.
Right. And like it's oftentimes like a cast like Bleeps Creek where all 4 characters are equal measure, right? Mm-hmm. Or it's like Home Alone where she's the mom, but she ain't the star of the movie.
No, yeah.
You know, she's not the 2 bad guys. She's not the child. She's not Kevin McAllister. And that's how she made a living, and she made her mark on so many people.
Yeah.
We'll miss you.
Okay, I have also some not great news about Lindsey Vonn. As you know, she's had this great story going where she's 41 and she wants to go back into make this huge comeback into the world of skiing. And the big ending to this story was going to be the Olympics. And it still might be. We don't know. It still might be. But she just recently, she was doing, she was at her last downhill race at the World Cup event in Switzerland where she had a crash. And it deemed enough seriousness to get airlifted to the hospital. Now, as we know, she's had a lot of issues with one of her knees. I believe it was her right knee is the one that she has a titanium plate in. Now, they're saying that it looks like she had been, the injury that this race had caused was to her left knee. Also, as we've talked about before, she was able to get to the end of the hill before being airlifted out. Now, people are saying that this does not mean the Olympic dream is over. Lindsey Vonn and her team have both come out in saying that this is not the end of it. Mm-hmm. But it's one of those things where you go, oh, please, 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 please. She said, thank you for all the love and support. I will give more information when I have it. Thank you, all the medical staff who helped me today. I'm grateful for all the incredible help I received.
And I don't mean to be like, it could be more than just not wanting to release the information, but there's a lot of money on Lindsey Vonn, right? Like she has a lot of endorsements, a lot of sponsorship. She is the face of NBC Universal Olympic coverage right now. Like she's the one whose face that they're putting everywhere because she's their star athlete. Mm-hmm. And if she's out, that's a massive thing for all these companies who have invested in her. Now, that's not what honest to God, with Lindsey Vonn, I mean, her record speaks for itself. The fact that she's had all these surgeries and she keeps pushing it. This is her 5th Olympics. I don't think that's what it's about with her personally. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But like the people behind her are going to have to be like, hey, we need to make sure that whatever we say and whatever comes out isn't going to tarnish all of this. So like they might already know.
Yeah.
There's 2 parts of this story. One that makes me feel good, one that makes me feel bad from the standpoint of like, okay, what is this future actually going to be? So she was going around a turn, 20 seconds into her run, lost her balance, fell off of a jump, skidded into the netting. She made it down to the bottom of the hill, was walking gingerly, and then noticed that her knee was a little discomfort. They then said, okay, we're going to take you to the hospital. Naturally, that's when they bring the helicopter in. Right. But in the statement, when she makes the statement, this is a very difficult outcome 1 week before the Olympics. But if there's one thing I know, it's a comeback. Are you making a comeback in a week? Like the way she says that of my Olympic dream isn't over. If there's one thing I know is a comeback, that just to me gives not the brightest picture. Right. You're already talking about a comeback.
Because she's dealt with so much pain that the fact that she got down the hill and was kind of walking, it's Lindsey Vonn. Yeah. Like, I mean, if she knows her knees of anybody in their body too. Like she would know, like when again, totally different. I've had 4 knee surgeries in one knee. When I feel a tightness in one specific spot, I'm like, oh crap, I know what that is. Like she knows her body on that level. And I could see that at the bottom of the hill going, oh my God.
Oh no, this is
in
something
that
else.
spot on the other knee.
Yep. 100%.
You just really feel for her.
I know.
That sucks. In other news, one of our favorite always naked celebrities is now having a statement about being really unhappy in their marriage to one Kanye West. Now, we told you was it early this week when he came out and apologized for a lot of the anti-Semitic things that he has said in his past? He said he had like a mentee B.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it. We've been kind of laying off. So we mentioned that he had made some statements. We kind of talked about how Kim also was making the rounds to whatever.
Yeah.
And it's not that we don't appreciate what he's saying. It just feels like way too little, way too late.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, and again, he's gone, I think even was it the New York Times? Somebody did like a whole spread about his apology and how he's, doing all these things. And it's like, I'm just not ready to go, okay. Like, I also don't feel like I'm the person to even accept your apology, Kanye. Like, the things you've said have taken out whole groups of people and make them feel awful. Like,
awful. And you've said awful things.
Yeah.
So all that aside, that happened, but it's just context for you of what happened earlier this week. Today, we're getting information that Bianca Censori, who's been married to Kanye for a few years now, has tried to get out of her marriage before he went to rehab. According to these articles, she is saying that as of last February of 2025, she was already done after their 2 years of marriage. She was like, I'm just done with this. I'm over it. But they were not publicly stating this. Then come April, and there's a little bit of validity in the sense that come April, he said his baby ran away from him, which we can get into just a moment. But that she'd stayed with him on a level of legal reasons. Like she was still legally married, but they weren't really together. Fast forward, we've now seen them together a couple of times on a date recently. I don't know if her team is trying to get ahead of the narrative of she stayed with him to support him because he was having this mental breakdown. I don't really know what they're trying to do here, but it's not really working.
Okay. A part of me thinks that of course, I think it's intertwined.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. I think she is 80% out the door.
Yeah.
And at one point, 100% was out the door. And maybe that is even what Kanye needed to even pretend or not pretend or whatever this apology is. Because it was what? Even Bianca is leaving me at this point? I think there's something to even the person who is kind of a given for him in his mind, this woman who I just took along for the ride and I think that owes me everything is even going to a place of I can't do this anymore. And we know Bianca's family does not like him at all.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and we've known he's spent a lot of this last year basically in, I believe it was Tokyo. I think it was in Japan where he was just kind of getting away from everything. Now, when he made that comment about my baby's running away from me, I'm pretty sure, wasn't that the song that he did with Diddy? Because Diddy was just in jail and then they were having conversations. And then I think there was even some maybe audio from the conversation he had with Diddy that was used on that track.
Possibly.
And then we then saw the two of them after he released that song, which again was last April. We saw the two of them in Tokyo together.
Yeah.
And again, this was when I do believe North was with them at the time.
Yes. There was some tie-in with North
on
this Diddy song too.
Exactly.
And I can't remember the logistics, but you're right.
Kim was lawyers.
Yeah. Don't drop this song because either there was some aspect around North.
Mm-hmm.
So I know she's been, and again, it could be a situation where she's back and forth and she's just trying to, figure out the whole situation and what's best for her. But they have been seen together. But this is, I don't think a shock because like Brittany said, her family, because I think she's from Australia originally, and her family was like, please come home, get away from that man.
What are you doing? And the thing I think that makes me go, what is all the nakedness?
Yeah.
Why were we always trying to grab headlines then? If you weren't trying to profit off of the antics too, I don't know. It just feels a little fishy.
I agree. I think that, I think that she was probably this is a fun ride, but anything with Kanye, I think it would almost be impossible for anybody to stay with Kanye who is actually in his life.
Yeah.
Because he is the type that turns on everybody. Mm-hmm. And until he deals with his mental health, I don't know how many people could sustain anything like that.
Yeah. So true. Kim Kardashian said it she was on Call Her Daddy.
Yeah.
And she didn't say it, and we've gotten more into this in other episodes of Hot to Go, but she basically said, I'm not close. I want my children to have a relationship with their father. And then when Alex Cooper, the host, said, when was the last time they talked to him? She said, it's been a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he won't call. He doesn't answer.
Keep in mind, that was probably the most she's ever said about their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And we like sat there. We go, why would she do this? Why would she poke the bear? And then we kind of went to a place of like, oh my God, that's kind of embarrassing for us that we are asking her not to speak her truth and not to come from a place of like, I would like him to talk to her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's funny how you have to go, oh, but it'd be easier not to poke the bear. But it's also like, she gets to talk about the father of her children not calling her kids.
And it could have been a moment of desperation. Like, I'm going to call, fine, I've tried everything else. I'm going to call you out publicly so you're mad, but then maybe you'll actually talk to them, which is all I care about.
Because it's not hard to hit a place of empathy for your kids or somebody else's kids when you think about the idea of them waiting around. I mean, North idolizes Kanye. You can see that. She always has. And so when they, you know, as a parent, you do anything. I mean, I can't imagine like what that would feel like watching your kid want their parent and them not calling or reaching out and watching them fail their kid day after day.
It's awful.
It's Hot to Blow.
At this point in Hot to Go, we head on over to Mike Ganger, our producer, but also the blind item expert. What secret on the internet might be the next to blow?
Well, Tom Brady might be a little over having Alex Earl push stories about the two of them in St. Bart's.
Wait, what?
What?
Let's just say, if you remember, last around New Year's, we had all of these pictures of these celebrities, everybody in the world. They were all in St. Bart's. They were all celebrating. They're all having a great time. To one point, we actually, on New Year's Eve, saw pictures of Tom Brady and Alex Earl sharing the company of each other.
Yeah.
She, like, had her hand on his back.
And like a very grazing
manner
way. They were chatting it up, having a good time. They then came out right away. Sources did and kind of said, oh, they just were having a fun night. It was the first time they met each other. It was all good. No big deal. Well, earlier this week, I should say, we got some messages that Tom Brady and Alex Earl have been, quote, texting since their New Year's Eve sighting. And some romance rumors started to heat up a little bit.
Yeah, because she'd just broken up with Braxton, her boyfriend of a couple of years.
And keep in mind, Giselle had just dropped an article about how she's so happy and madly in love with not only her child, but her
husband.
Her husband, who was the jiu-jitsu fighter hottie.
Thank you for the karate chopping.
No problem. That's good form.
And, well, let's say Tom Brady, though, maybe likes the single life a little bit and says, hey, best buddy of many, many years, can you go on national television and tell everybody that I'm actually awesome single? Because Rob Gronkowski was just on the couch sitting next to Craig Melvin on the Today Show, and Gronk said, quote, single Tom Brady is so much more fun than married Tom Brady ever was. We're going out like every weekend.
That is so embarrassing.
That's so embarrassing.
Honestly, that is so, as a newly divorced person, that is so embarrassing for you.
Tom, you are not 23.
Rob, the idea that like, hey, can you even believe it that there was a human being that could have less responsibilities than married Tom Brady? Because he barely had any. And even those have gone to the, hell. Like,
and Rob Gronkowski, you also are not 23. What are we doing?
What do you mean? If Kendall said that about me, I'd literally go, please keep my name out your mouth.
Like,
you're not helping me in my life.
Well, most recently, Alex Earl had a reality show that was announced that she's doing. She's also doing her YouTube channel and things like that. And she had some laughter and some kind of cheeky responses when she was asked about that interaction that she had. She said St. Bart's was amazing, met a whole bunch of people she'd never met before, had such a great time. She called it the best week of her life.
Wow.
But then again, we still had these other tabloids running with, and I wonder where they got it from, these stories that, oh, Alex Earl and Tom Brady might actually be, might be a thing. Well, clearly Tom Brady's people did not like that very much, or Tom Brady himself did not like it very much, and they're now using his longtime tight end as running defense.
I think that Tom Brady has a bad case of being always online and in the comments.
Sure.
Because his reactions to the reaction to the action is so overcorrecting in a way where I'm like, you're supposed to be the GOAT. Like, don't you have things to do? Don't you have like sugar not to eat? Like it started when she put out that article about, I've been really happy. I have
Giselle
this kiddo, Giselle. Yep, thank you. Her, Tom Brady's ex put out this article. I'm just really happy, so in love. I'm in a love bubble. It was something along those lines. To which Tom Brady went on a podcast and was like, hey, my last season sucked because my ex-wife was really keeping me busy with this silly divorce that I promised that I would have walked away from football a year prior. Mm-hmm. And I was like, whoa. And now this
isn't the flex that you think it is.
No, like you sound so awful.
Yeah.
And now this like, hey, Gronk, get out there. Do your little dance about how great I am single.
Dance, monkey, dance.
And Gronk's like, I dance now. I dance now.
Whatever you want, boss man.
He's so cool. We play Xbox like all the time. And boy, we're like knee deep in it, if you know what I mean. You're like, what? He is still a father.
Exactly the vibe it was giving.
Oh my God.
So there you go.
A middle-aged father, too. Like, what are we doing here?
It's so, like, stop.
Also, though, like, good for Alex Earl to put all that attention on herself right before she announced her big show.
Yeah, she knows
her big new YouTube show. She knows how to self-promote.
Definitely.
Even like, I almost do appreciate it more if Alex Earl absolutely is not in this relationship and she saw Tom Brady at a party and did that thing that us girls can do where you're like leaning in a little more, acting like you can't hear, and you're like,
what?
Take photos. No, shut up. You're so funny.
What was your name again?
Like,
right. You were the guy who does the football thing.
Because I'm like, get that pic, girl. Get them headlines. Because she's not mainstream yet, but she's real close.
Mm-hmm. It's Hot Mess.
I can't get enough of the football.
Who are you?
Wow. Nobody knows. I've really changed. Josh Allen. This headline was hilarious because it says Josh Allen hints fatherhood is more important than football before first baby with Haley Steinfeld. I don't know if to give this to Us Weekly or Josh Allen, but yeah, I don't think you should hint towards a kid possibly being more important than your football career. To which I go, is the bar so low also that this is a headline where we go, this man actually prioritized his children? Whoa. His quote is not that bad. I've got siblings that have kids. I've got a lot of friends that have kids, and I don't know if you can plan too far in advance. When he was asked about the new baby, I'm very much looking forward to that with my wife. Becoming a dad is something that I will take with great pride. We're going to have to figure things out as we go. Like anything else, this is the most important thing. This is the most important thing I'll be in my life, being a dad. So it actually, like, him himself kind of said the thing you're supposed to say, right? Yeah. It's more important. To which Us Weekly was like, can you believe he actually hinted at it being more important than football?
Isn't that funny? He hints fatherhood is more important. I love how they use the quotes. Important.
He did go on to say, I know I love being a football player and I love being a quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, but I'm looking forward to this one. It's like, yeah.
Buddy, this is strike two. You may remember last offseason when they got engaged. Yeah. Or no, was it last 2 off seasons ago? I remember it was 2000. Oh, yeah, it was last season. He got, or married. That's what it was. It was when they got married this last off season. There's an article from People where, quote, Josh Allen says, it's been a good off season after getting married to Haley Steinfeld. Now, he was asked in an interview about his offseason, and he went on to say, oh, man, it was a really great offseason, had a really good job of getting in a lot of training in. We were doing this. It was a lot of fun, getting the relaxing in. I was able to out and go play a lot of golf with my buddies. It was great. And then somebody was like, well,
and you got married.
The wedding was all right, too. He was like, oh, yeah. Getting married was great. I loved that part of it as well.
Married, awesome. I was going to go first to a place of Mike of like, I get where he's coming from because I compartmentalize if he was only talking about training and only talking about football.
Golf.
But when you add I got to golf a lot with my friends, I went, oh, no.
Golf was his biggest takeaway from the offseason when he got married. It was brilliant.
He's coming off very Neanderthal.
Yep.
Is he one of those people that interviews badly or gets nervous? Or what's his vibe?
I don't know. He cried at the end of this last season and was like, oh, that's really sweet.
I could see that. Yeah. I don't think he's the most media trained of all of the quarterbacks. I think he is more D lineman than he is quarterback. And I mean that as in he's more, he likes to throw his head down and get into the pile. He's not a Tom Brady when it comes to media. He's a Gronk. Yes.
He's a Gronk who is now, because Gronk has a whole job. Like,
crazily enough, yes. Gronk has a job talking sports every day.
Gronk talking in general. I mean, I shouldn't talk, but here we are. What's his vibe? Is he good? Oh, your eyes went big.
He's made a lot of money. Like a lot of money. So Gronk, okay, off tangent. Gronk has actually said he's never spent a dime from his football playing days, that all the money he spends is from endorsements and from what he makes now. And I believe it because he's a dummy, but he's really likable.
Yeah.
Like, that's a niche. That's a talent in and of itself. You know what I mean?
And he's recognizable. Like, I know who Gronk is, and that says something.
Yeah.
That's why he's got a place at the table. It's not because he talks like this and gets super excited every time someone's going to make a big play before a big game. Yeah!
It's embarrassing,
It's
but also
horrific.
It's horrific.
It is awful.
It's pretty bad. I don't get it either. I think there's so many former NFL players who are probably like, how the hell did he get that job?
That being said, I love Gronk, he says.
He's just as Gronk.
He be Gronk.
He should have that job.
No, he really shouldn't.
Gronk talk football now.
Me and my buddy Tom Brady, we party.
We party, so I'm so happy he's single.
It's so fun.
I
get to call him daddy again.
We go to arcade. He had all quarters.
He lets me take some money from him.
The most quarters.
Funniest part is Gronk would have enjoyed this conversation more than anybody else.
True.
He loves it.
See? Lovable guy.
All right. Tell us what you think. Is Tom Brady in his awesome divorcee era? We want to know. Come to the YouTube and comment on this dang video. And make sure you like, subscribe, and send it to a friend.